up until now, at least until the last few years, where cloud has been quite prominent in the industry, Microsoft and in the organization have been focused on their on-prem silo units. It didn't matter at that moment, but however, having seen the ecosystem of all these moving to cloud and with an Azure platform tying all them together, it is much more prominent and in need of the movement at this time to have what we call a stitched together solution, like a tailored suit, to put all of these units, which could be maybe Office 365, it could be Dynamics 365, or even in fact the Azure cloud, and how we need an integrated ecosystem or a Microsoft economy across these towers being stitched together is quite prominent now and in this need. And at Infosys, we at least captured the fact that we have to build such a practice. We have conceptualized it a few months ago, and we are building together what we call as a Microsoft Cloud Business Unit, which looks at the pan-enterprise view of Microsoft and the footprint of products, and I think we could make a difference, and quite prominently in the near future. If you look at the news, obviously the entire retail industry has been getting wiped out. There is quite a bit of at least doomsday prediction for retailers. I'm not qualified to kind of pass a statement whether that is true or not, but Amazon's expansion had clearly marked a significant impact on the retailers, and hence what people realized, at least maybe in the phase one of retail market, is we are essentially pumping a war chest of one organization in the cloud space, where the funds are being leveraged to kill their own ecosystem of retailers. So with this sentiment of retailers, it was a first leg where people were looking for options, who wanted to go on a cloud journey, but not go against a very prominent cloud market player right now, which is number one. And hence Azure penetration now is clearly seen as uptick from the first wave of the retailers. And quite recent announcements from this number one player in the market in terms of penetration into the finance markets and also healthcare has really shaken up significant amount of healthcare, life sciences companies, as well as finance companies to say, let me look at a viable alternative for number one option. And hence Azure is prime time set for this uptick in volume and business. And I don't want to attribute all of this just to the fact that it's an anti-number one wave. It is also the fact that it's been close to 6 to 7 years that Microsoft Azure practice has been picking up, and there's quite a bit of enterprise level APIs which have become available. So what conceptually was not really a fair competition a few years ago has changed now, and Azure really brings quite remarkable enterprise level cloud platform to the front, and is a very viable alternative now to the people out there. So I think the original adoption of cloud has always been more of a hardware-based IaaS offering, as people say. It was an extension of, hey, by the way, the time it takes for me to get a development instance, it's too long with an IT organization, and I'll go out and get a virtual machine on the cloud. But now, especially with containerization, Dockerization, and more of a PaaS being accepted as a viable alternative to the businesses, people who are shy in going and tying it to a particular economy are now at least clearly saying, I don't mind investing in a couple of PaaS offerings, and hence you'll see that quite a bit, not just the Fortune 100 and the 500, but a significant amount of mid-market players also moving. And in all phase has been noticeably clear that the startups, in fact, in the bottommost part of the pyramid, were always being excited about an Azure offering or even any cloud offering, because the time it takes for a startup to focus on an IT takes them out of their significant amount of time it needs to focus on the business. So if you look at it from the bottom, the startups are always delighted to have a cloud journey to get a bootstrap themselves very fast. And the top tier companies, which is the Fortune 100, were always motivated because of the cost savings they get, which is a significant amount. And now the mid-market is also kind of moving towards the cloud offering, I would say.